afternoon, South Africa, and a very warm welcome to you. I'm Jeannie D. This is Afternoon Express, and nothing ruins your Friday more than finding out that it's only Tuesday.
I'm Bonang. Welcome indeed. Lovely to have you with us.
Now, today, I'm sorry, that was quite a funny joke. I actually didn't think...
No, you were hilarious. You were hilarious.
But in the loft today, we really do have the most hilarious man in the country. Can't believe it's taken us so long to get him here. But David Kau is in the loft.
Yeah, and then we feature a young writer, Yolisa Qunta, who's released a debut novel called We Write What We Like. It's a collection of essays from young South Africans and thinkers who just share what their thoughts on where South Africa is at the moment.
Amazing. Then we've got a brand new Revlon series starting on the show today, but you're going to have to find out... You're going to have to wait a little while to find out what that's about. That's very exciting. And then for Winner Home on Afternoon Express, we take a trip to Ark Interiors to find out what the next challenge is for our design contestants.
And Danilo is in our kitchen.
Indeed. Good afternoon, South Africa, and welcome to Afternoon Express. So I've always prided myself on listening to a song that was always one of my favorites, and I swore that I'd be the character in one of those songs that was out there. Mr. Lova Lova. It's always what I wanted to be at some point in my life, but today we're making something slightly different on a twist on that. It's a pavlova lova.
Oh my God, love that.
Chiara's back in the loft with us today, and she's always making the most incredible, delicious treats, and today it's another one.
Yes, we are making pavlova ring with the vanilla cream and gold dust berries.
It's the first time I've ever actually made a pavlova. Is that the thing with the thing on the outside and the things on the inside?
Exactly. So it's a meringue with marshmallow inside.
It sounds super delicious. I can't wait to cook along with you. So go and find the recipe on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. The shopping list is also available for you over there. And lots of sweet treats to be had on the show today. Now, David Kau is one of the leading men in South Africa's comedy scene at the moment. Along with his good friend Kagiso Lediga, they've paved the way for many young black comedians today. In 2004, he launched the Blacks Only comedy show, which has become one of the country's most popular annual shows. And I love going, and it's been going for the past 12 years.
Lots of crazy stuff. Oscar Pistorius went clubbing, went partying, which was all good, all fine, until he got on the dance floor. Because when he was in the club, it was okay. No one saw him. No one saw him. He was chilling somewhere until he tried to dance. Because you can't do this without... your Oscar.
That was hilarious. I was actually at that show. In fact, I was at your first show called the Rainbow Nation Tour because I was at the Grahamstown Arts Fest with Tandiswa. And we saw you there for the first time.
When I did 6 people... 1 hour, 200-seater theatre.
Amazing.
You were so hilarious, although the bulk of your jokes were Zimbabwe jokes.
Really?
Yeah, they were.
They were cheaper then.
Yeah.
You are absolutely hysterical, and I love bumping into you whenever, I think we always see each other at airports or out and about, and I love bumping into you because you're one of those people that just instantly when I see you, I get shy, and I don't know why, but I blush, and then it doesn't happen to me often.
I don't do it on purpose.
Well, it happened a lot before we started the interview, so just side note.
Okay, but let's start off with, let's get serious.
Thanks for having me. I know I was asked to be here so long ago.
So many times you've been dissing us.
No, it's, you know, Joburg can get away with you. It runs away with you.
Exactly. Okay, now let's get straight back to the beginning because I think there's a lot of comedians who don't set out to become comedians. They always want to do something else and then in a roundabout way.
Like I studied engineering.
Yeah, electrical engineering. What were you going to do with that?
I have no...
Did you finish? What were you going to do with that?
Okay, I finished... Well, I started sort of bridging for engineering and then I ended up going to finish drama at UCT. So I never finished engineering, but I think there's still a chance, you know?
Yeah,
an
engineer or an actor. That's like saying when be a fireman or an astronaut.
So I went to study acting and I finished acting at UCT, but there was still no plan to be a comedian or nothing. There were no plans.
Yeah. And so one thing I've noticed about you over the years and with the evolution of your career is that the quality of your hats has changed. And so at your first show, your hat had like a few holes in it. It looked a bit like worn. And now they've gotten quite fancy. Tell us about that progression.
This one in Santa Monica. I was there for the American film market.
Yeah.
And there was a market there that was selling hats as well. So they had a market for films and there was a market for hats as well. So I got 2 of these different colors.
They're very cool.
And I've lost the other one.
if you take your hat off, will you have hat hair, or can I show you
Oh,
a trick?
not on the live
Not on
show.
camera. Okay, I'll show you
If there was
during
time for
commercial
post, I would take it off.
Let's talk about the Pure Monati show, which, you know,
Yeah.
your
Kagiso.
relationship with Kagiso Lidikga
Yeah.
was quite a focal point of that. How did you guys meet, and how did you end up having a show?
So we met in this building in Pretoria called Menki's Kop, which is also where I met Tony Goroge and why I decided I want to be an actor. Because I was watching Tony and Tsepo.
Masego.
Yes. You know, that's when I started thinking about acting as a career. And I was still on my engineering applications. Kagiso was applying for architecture or architect. I'm not sure. And so me and Kagiso met.
Architecture, architect. Sorry, did we just miss that? What was that?
Well, I'll explain
Okay,
another
please, don't let me stop you.
So basically, how we met was Kagiso. I used to have this small radio. I think one of my uncles won it in a competition.
Yeah.
And it basically we had English simulcast for Beverly Hills 90210.
I remember
And
watching
they
that.
had the
Dun, dun,
television,
dun, dun, dun,
which
dun.
obviously the show was in Afrikaans.
Afrikaans. And I don't understand Afrikaans. Yeah.
So so I'd go from my uncle's flat, whom I was staying with, and I'll go to the second floor where they were staying. Their mom was working night every night, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I would bring the English, and they would bring the TV, and that's how we met,
Oh, wow.
That is brilliant.
pretty much. And we've known each other 22 years now, I think.
And the Pure Monati show really established itself as a first in South African comedy, and you're right up there with one of the people who pioneered for a lot of young comedians.
One of the people, yes.
Yeah, okay. Looking back on that, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm glad it's where it is now. I mean, there's today I guess being a comedian, it's like any other career now. Somebody can literally, people pick now, I think people want to be famous first and then they go, do I do soccer or kwaito or hip hop or comedy, and then they go that route. So you still see a bit of that. But you still find once in a while someone that you just know that this person is meant to become a comedian, which there was no one to do that for us,
Wow.
The comedy scene in South Africa is huge, and it just keeps on growing and growing. And I think it's so nice to see that people go and actively watch stand-up comedy, and they go and watch comedy shows.
And the best thing about it is it's growing the way it should in South Africa. So it's growing in the 11 different languages, if you want to call it that. So you got Afrikaans comedians that are selling out venues. You got guys that are doing vernacular that are selling out for all over Joburg and KZN. You got guys in the Eastern Cape that I've never met, but they're already selling out their little venues in the townships wherever they're performing.
But something that supports that, I think, on such an amazing scale is your Blacks Only show, which I think it's in its 12th annual year now.
So we try, because the whole point for me was if a comic wants to perform in any other language other than English, they would do that at Blacks Only.
Yeah.
And it's starting to do that, even though it's still like 90-95% English, but if someone decides they're from Ndebele and they want to throw something, they do that and it works.
I've always been curious to know why you called it Blacks Only.
It was a rip-off of apartheid laws and the whites only. I think the first ever poster was in front of those signs that said blankest net or whites only as well.
Yeah.
So it was a rip-off of the whole apartheid laws back in the days. And then today I tweet blacks only. Black people say I'm racist on Twitter. So it's interesting.
And it's quite ironic because your show is very inclusive. I mean, the last Blacks Only I saw, there were some Afrikaans comics. There were.
So we always have one white comedian as like a joke. So
like
there's
a
always one
token comedian.
I hope he's funny.
Yeah.
So, but it works for the show. We used to there'd be a reason why the white guy's there. So someone like Conrad Koch had a black puppet or a colored puppet. Martin Jonas would do some vernacular in his show. The first ever Blacks Only, we painted Chris Forrest black. He comes on first as himself, and then I kick him off the show. Then he comes back with a bit of a Leon Schuster type black face, and then we let him on the lineup. So we always try to find a funny reason why there's a white person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're also a filmmaker and a producer. Tell us about those escapades.
I try. I've made a lot of movies for pay channels, and we've been working. Blitz Patrol, it took us about 6 years from when Kagiso first started writing it to having it out in the cinema. So I'm in that process again with another film called The Dodgy Promoter. I think I've told you about it.
Yeah,
I even
'cause I'm
tried to
always
get your
hustling you
sister
for
to
a
do
film role.
makeup
I'm
for
always
it.
hustling
mean,
this
She's
guy.
basically hinting so hard right now.
I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
But it's getting better and better.
We'll
I've
hold
got
you to
Hakeem
that.
Kazim has always been committed to be in it. Orlando Jones committed recently
But
to
now
be in
you
it
can
as
write
well.
Bonnie and I in. I mean, I don't know how I
I
climbed
can
in there.
definitely, I'll write you guys in any
No,
time.
both of us, please.
No, definitely. Do you want to play yourselves or do you want to act? What do you want to...
Playing myself is an act.
You're about to perform in Europe.
So also, yeah, some lady called me from Ireland in Dublin and asked me to come do a show there. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I'll also go via Montreal, one of the biggest comedy festivals.
Amazing.
Which I went to when I was like, I think 18 years ago, when I was just starting out. So it'll be good to go back. It's the biggest comedy festival in the world. I met Chris Rock there the first time I went ever, you know. And I couldn't even walk afterwards. It was just...
Really?
Yeah, it was hectic for me. But Bonnie is the reason I learned to stop going crazy over famous people.
Really?
How
Why?
come?
Were you going crazy over her for a
Oh,
while?
my God.
Listen, you're only human. A lot of people do that.
So we're going to... Yeah, he's only human.
So that's why now, like, we got a call, I think, yesterday. A friend of ours works at the Mandela Foundation. And they were like, yo, Drake is coming, and da-da-da. And I was like, it's fine. If Drake wants to meet me, he'll let me know.
You'll never know. We're going to be chatting to you in a little longer.
And in the break, we're going to convince you to take your hat off.
Oh, no, I can't. Not today.
I'll sit right next to you if you take your hat off.
After the break, Danilo gets cooking in the kitchen with our guest chef,
With a
Chiara
pavlova.
Turili. And we chat to the young author, Yolisa Qunta, about her book, Writing What We Know.
Cutie.
Thank you. Be right back.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, Jeannie had it absolutely correct earlier on in the show when she said that there's nothing worse than being so prepared for the weekend and only realizing it is Tuesday. So today in the kitchen, we thought we'd sweeten up the day as we could with Chiara Turili, who's our guest chef today. She makes the most delicious treats on our show. And today we're making something that I've never actually tried to make before. It's a pavlova.
Yes,
With
exactly.
something else in the middle cream thing.
So we're making a pavlova ring with a vanilla cream and golden berries.
Okay, that sounds super delicious. So I'm ready to get cooking and I want to help today.
Okay, so I'm gonna put you to work.
Good.
Right. We've started here. We just used our egg whites in here. They must be room temperature so that you can get them as fluffy as possible. So we've just started to whisk that up with our superfine sugar, which is very important.
Okay.
Because superfine sugar, like salati caster snow, is gonna go into the egg whites super quickly.
Okay, cool. And it also prevents it from having those little bits in it.
Exactly.
Keeps it nice and fluff and fresh and fluffy.
So we're just going to put that in, just doing the last bit here, because we whipped it up a little bit before.
Okay.
So we just want it to dissolve in there nicely.
Ooh.
Yeah.
More sweetness the better with
Exactly.
desserts. I say go for it.
So now we're
Okay.
just going to whip that up. And now what makes a pavlova is two secret ingredients. I mean, it's not a secret, but it's something that you really need to put in. And that is the vinegar and the maizena, because what it does is it makes it marshmallow.
Ah.
And
So
that's
it
the
doesn't
difference between that.
solidify then.
Exactly.
It doesn't solidify.
Because
I
if you're
didn't know
making a
that.
meringue, it's sugar and egg whites, and this is what makes a difference.
Oh, I honestly have always thought my whole life that a pavlova was meringue on the outside with just stuff in the middle. So it's not. Oh my word, I'm learning things today. Okay, so have we put the vinegar in there?
No, we're going to put it in now.
Okay. I'm guessing you're going to need my help to get the bowl out.
Always. You're the official guy to take the bowl out. You realize that?
I swear if I played cricket, I'd be a bowler. Cool.
Okay, so you can add in there for us the vinegar.
Cool. And you just use what type of vinegar here?
You can use white wine vinegar, red wine vinegar, or spirit vinegar,
Okay,
whatever
cool. So
you like.
any kind.
Yes, that's a vanilla.
Vanilla.
And then the last thing
Essence
is
or
extract.
extract?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Which is even more strong than the other.
Exactly.
Okay, do you want to do the sieving so then I can do the mixing?
Yes.
How does that sound?
That sounds perfect.
Okay, so what am I doing? Wait, now, because there's a big rule in these kitchens with folding versus
Exactly.
mixing.
I
What
was
am I
just
doing?
about to say to you, you need to lightly incorporate the maizena.
What's the difference
okay,
now?
Fold it lightly.
Too much for me to deal with. Okay, so lightly fold. Okay, so in the middle to the outside.
Oh my word, you are
Something
amazing.
like this.
Perfect.
Cool. I didn't know that the vinegar prevented it from solidifying as much as it did, and even though it gets baked in the oven. Or does it not?
No, it does get baked in the oven, but the thing is, that's what makes it like that nice marshmallowy inside.
Oh, yum. Okay, cool. So it's the nice chewy texture if you're looking for
Yes.
another description of that. Oh, yummy. And this looks so good and so sweet. It's great for a Tuesday afternoon, I'd say. Any day snack. Okay, yeah, like I think this is, I'm happy
that's
with this
perfect.
final product.
Yes.
Now what's next?
So now what I've done is I've just prepared this baking sheet.
Prepared as well. Is that the same as like prepared, but in
It's
chefing
exactly
terms?
the same.
Okay.
Exactly. It's like
Just-
a more like precise word to saying prepared.
Or if you were spiffy while you did it, you were prepared or prepared.
Exactly.
Okay, so what must I do?
So now, okay, I'm going to take over from here. Is that okay? Okay.
Don't ever interrupt a girl in the kitchen.
Especially
Ever.
not an Italian
Ever.
girl. Okay, so what I've done is I've just taken a plate and I've just drawn a circle. Because as I said, we're making a ring. Traditional pavlova, you'll just pile it on, there's no hole in the middle.
Aha! So I thought when I was at school, you'd never need one of those protractors ever again. I've just found out that you'll need a protractor at some point in your life. So do not throw those away ever. And if a kid has one, he hasn't used them in like 10 years, you now know what to use it for.
Exactly.
Recycling, reusing. I'm so wise. Sure.
You really are.
It's great. Okay, cool.
Okay, so we've just made that because we want to make sure that we get a nice round ring. That's
Amazing.
it. So you just take a spoonful. I like things to be rustic. If you want to, you can pipe it.
Yet she's drawn
But
a perfect circle around the whole
As
outline.
rustic as it
yeah,
gets,
so
okay.
rustic. Sure, that is so rustic, Chiara. Like, wow.
So we're just
Okay.
going to put that around the outskirts. And just remember, it is going to grow a little bit.
Okay, obviously a nice suggestion. She's using a nice scoop that's obviously going to get you equal size portions as you scoop it out. So that is a nice way to make sure that each little dollop is the same size, so you don't get like it becoming an oval by mistake.
Yeah, no, that would be, my OCD would actually freak out if it became an oval.
Cool. So once we've obviously laid all of that out, we've, I guess, got to do the filling.
Yes. So the filling for this is going to be a vanilla cream. So it's very simple. It just adds a nice flavor to the final pavlova. So we've just whipped up normal pouring cream till stiff peak stage, and then you're going to pump in 3 of those, which is vanilla paste.
Okay, now if I didn't have one of these at home, is that just like 3 teaspoons?
No, it's less. It's about 1.5 teaspoons.
Can I use this?
Yes, please.
So it's 1.5 teaspoons.
Look at you fold. You're so good.
So I was worried that you were actually going to like attack me, so I thought I'd just try and make
I
sure.
would never attack you.
Never cross a baking chef in the kitchen when it comes to like they just mix something and you start going around like no.
It's wrong, and then you
My
ruin
dish.
everything.
Okay, cool. So I think that was pretty easy actually. This vanilla paste just like rocks off. What's the difference between vanilla paste and like a vanilla essence or?
Well, the thing is, you see these beautiful little black specks that you get in there, which is a vanilla seeds. In the paste, it's got a nice flavor, same as like vanilla extract, and then it's got the seeds in as well.
So why don't you just extract and then like put a bit of vanilla seed in there?
You can, but this is so much easier.
Okay.
Wasn't the 3 pumps thing
Convenient.
much?
It was
Exactly.
much more convenient. All right, so that's done. What happens? Just pour this in the middle.
No, so now what this happens to this, separate.
Okay.
So this bakes at 150 for 30 minutes.
Okay.
After the 30 minutes, turn your oven off. Leave it in there. You can even leave it in overnight if you want to. And that's going to give you a nice crunchy outside
Ooh, yum.
and a nice marshmallowy, chewy inside.
All delicious. So we're going to keep you in suspense to see what the final product looks like, and we'll show you how to put the final touches on this incredible pavlova we're making on the show today with Chiara Turili. If you want to get the recipe and the shopping list, you can find it on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za, and make all the dishes we make on this show. It's a great, great, great dessert to make for the families that you guys do. Jeannie and Bonnie are standing by on the couch.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Writing What We Like, A New Generation Speaks is a brand new book by editor and columnist Yolisa Qunta. It's a snapshot of what smart young South Africans think about living in South Africa today. The book contains contributions from Shaka Sisulu, Simpiwe Dana, David Gao, and Loyiso Qunta, to name a few, and is sure to get South Africans talking. We're joined by the author, Yolisa Qunta.
Thank you very much, Bonnie. Thanks for having me.
So writing what we like, I feel like it so appropriately just underpins this generation's evolution. Like, people are just writing what they like. It's time to speak what they think. And how did this title come about?
Well, the title came about because initially it was a very organic thing. You know, I didn't have a title in mind. I was just collecting the essays, and my editor was like, we kind of need to call it something. And then I found out, without us even planning, like so many people in the book were referencing Steve Biko and Black Conscious and things like that. And so we wanted a title that sort of reflected that in a way without sort of being derivative.
Yeah. What is the book about?
It's about a little bit of everything, to be quite honest. As you said, it is a snapshot. So it's just like, if you want to know what people of my generation are thinking right now, about the things that make us buzz. You know, some of them are not so serious, like dating and a bit of comic relief. Other ones are quite serious, like education and how we can fix it and the state of race relations, things like that.
Yeah. And so do you find yourself essentially editing the opinions?
No. I would say curating is
Yeah.
probably more an accurate thing of what I do, because I have my opinions and I put those forth in the 4 essays I contributed to there, and I asked everybody else for their opinions, and because I think they're smart people and I respect what they think, I try not to micromanage or edit them too much.
Was there an opinion that you read and thought, trash?
No, if it was, it wouldn't
teasing.
have made it into the book. I was just like,
And you wouldn't
out
tell
of
me anyway,
space.
because you're so kind and you're such a lady. You wouldn't say it anyway.
Yes, exactly what you said.
Exactly.
Kind and a lady.
And you also tackle quite a few, you know, socio-political issues in the book. And what is your commentary on them? What are you wanting South Africans to think about when they read those comments and opinions?
I don't know if I necessarily want to guide people's thoughts. I think for me it was just about awareness, because I find because we live in such a divided country, and a lot of times we're talking at each other, you know, we're all in our own lanes and you never know what the people over there are thinking. People are like, but I didn't know you were going through this. I didn't know. And I was like, you know what? Read about it. See what we go through on a daily basis and the kind of struggles we face. And then, you know, then you can sort of relate to what we're going through.
Yeah. I mean, you grew up both in Botswana and in Zimbabwe to exiled parents. How does that experience lend itself to how you view the South African situation right now?
I think it obviously gives me, I mean, I've grown up in South Africa. Like, I'm 36 now. I've been here since I was 13. So it's the longest I've ever lived in one place, but also because I grew up in other places, I think sometimes I look with not necessarily an outsider's view, but not as involved and as in things. And I can sometimes be a little bit dispassionate if I need to, like, but guys, why are we doing this? You know what I mean? I think that's the main difference.
Yeah. And you know, I have a couple of friends who grew up in exile, and some of them speak of a displacement that they still experience in just their experience in South Africa in general. And have people not commented on that in terms of, do you feel like you have a place where you can speak from, or do you feel like that place is challenged at times?
Not anymore. I do remember, and I mean, keeping in mind I was a teenager when I came back, so along with all the other insecurities, it's just like I felt like there was a certain people were like, oh, because you didn't grow up in a township, you're somehow not hardcore enough, or because you don't speak with this accent, you're sort of... And it was almost like there were people trying to make you prove how black you are, and I was like, nope, left that wave back in last century. You know, like, I don't entertain that anymore. I really don't.
Yeah. What do you want people to take away from the book after reading it?
I think I would really just like them, firstly, to be like, acknowledge that there is a new generation. You know, I mean, it's great that we're reading struggle memoirs and the what's going to happen after Mandela goes books. But I'm like, there is a new generation. We have a voice. We are smart. We are articulate. And we have a lot to say. And this is it.
And you decided to involve a very satirical element to the book. You invited comedians to share their opinions. How did that impact the book?
I think it just gave it a little bit of lightness because, as I said, you know, it's a snapshot of what we're thinking. And sometimes it's very deep and meaningful and heavy things. And other times it's, you know, it's just a bit lighthearted. People do find time in the midst of everything to joke around and be playful. And I just wanted it to reflect that.
Do you have a particular excerpt in the book that you find absolutely hilarious? That is quite memorable, that stands out, that you could maybe read for us?
Ooh, I don't think it's safe for family viewing.
Wow. Okay, then I'm definitely going to read this book.
Yeah.
Or one that just stands out for you, that's quite memorable, that you want to talk about.
Like, literally, there's like 23 essays in there, if not more. I'm trying to think. I think the essay by Luandile was like phenomenal. Like, he's so smart. He's so articulate, he writes so well.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that one. And I also liked Simpiwe Dana's essay. She just makes a very compelling case for, which I think links two things that I'm interested in. Firstly, education and how we can fix it. And her suggestion is we need to go back to mother tongue teaching, which also goes back to embracing our roots and sort of throwing off the yoke of colonialism.
Yes,
So
yes.
that I particularly enjoyed.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm definitely going to be reading the book. Thank you so much for coming to visit today.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me, and I hope you like it.
Absolutely. So if you want to get your hands on Yolisa's new book, then now is your chance. Today we're giving away a copy of Writing What We Like. To enter, simply SMS the keyword books, your name and city to 33728. SMSs cost R1.50, T's and C's apply, and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za.
And we're going to be back right after the break with more from David Cowell, who is one of the featured South Africans in Yolisa's book. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Express yourself.
I'm Danilo Acquisto.
I'm Bonang Booley, and Afternoon Express wants you to join the conversation.
Like us on Facebook and comment on our daily questions. Send us your tweets at Afternoon Chat using that official hashtag Afternoon Express, and follow us on Instagram for exclusive pictures.
Or let your voice be heard by calling us live during the show.
For more info on our daily topic, visit afternoonexpress.co.za and check out our social media platforms where we inform you on what's trending in our loft this week.
We love to hear from you on Afternoon Express, weekdays at 4 p.m. Find it on 3.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express on 3. Now, in case you've just joined us, before the break, we were chatting to Yolisa Qunta about her new book called Writing What We Like. We're back on the couch now with comedian David Cowell, who's one of the book's contributors.
Yeah, so you wrote an essay in the book.
I was asked to write. I was too lazy to write, and then she ended up having to interview me, but everyone else wrote. So she kind of had to figure out
She had to
how
write
to
it
get
herself.
me to participate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did you have to
I've
say?
never even written a joke in my life. So to write a book or like a chapter was just
Yeah.
too much for me.
Yeah, you're not a
But
pen to paper
if they
kind of
said they're
person.
launching a book and everyone's going to speak a chapter, I would have got up and did
Yes.
something.
Just did it off the cuff.
But I wouldn't have written it before.
And what was your commentary in the book? What do you have to say about South Africa, where we're at, specifically freedom of speech? Because that's something that's quite important to a comedian.
Well, I just say we're not ready for a white president.
Yeah.
I think that summarized where I think we are today in South Africa. I think, the whole Madiba magic was literally magic.
Literally.
And literally. So
Yeah,
we all
you
became
see
very
it, you
happy.
don't.
very
You see it, you
quickly.
don't.
Yeah. And then later on, people were like, but why are you calling me a monkey? Which we could have discussed 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Before we all became happy about how happy we are as a Rainbow Nation. So I think we never dealt with things, We never acknowledged that you like that type of music, I like this type of music. We all got in one room and tried to listen to the same song.
Exactly.
And now we're at a point where we're just like, actually, I don't like this song.
That's
That
such a
should
brilliant
be
analogy,
played.
though, because that's exactly how it worked out. But
Yeah.
then, also, don't you find that we're living in an age now where there's hypersensitivity as well? Like, if somebody calls me a pora, I'm like, who are you calling me? But then the comedians kind of have this freedom that it's acceptable
all
for you guys
access
to say
plus.
whatever you want.
Yeah, you can
Because
tackle
they-
socially
yeah.
ambiguous issues
Yeah.
like
It's
these.
because they're almost like spokespeople sometimes,
Yeah.
even though they don't mean to. I don't. For me, if it's not funny, I'm not gonna talk about it or say it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to comment about something because it's happening. So, but there is that bit of a license of people actually put themselves in that position that you can say this and that to them,
Yeah.
and they kind of accept it to some extent, or they go and think about what it is that you said.
Yeah.
But because comedy, as much as we all think comedy has grown so much, comedy is still very, there's still only like 2 or 3 comedy clubs in the whole country. And your
they're all in
master is
Cape
like
Town.
a year or two.
True.
Rose Cafe just opened up in Joburg a couple of weeks ago, literally. And then Joe Parker has one as well. So there's still no black comedy clubs where a black kid can go and start telling jokes if they want to be a comedian.
Right.
Yeah.
So it exists in some spaces, but there are no live comedy shows on TV or talent comedy shows on television where kids can go and become. But we're working on it.
I specifically feel like right now South Africa's on tenterhooks around the dialogue of
Yeah.
race and politics.
Inequality.
Yeah.
Basically the magic is gone. But do you feel like comedians are exempt from being judged for what they say? Are there jokes that you've told and thought like, somebody's coming for me after this and I'm going to be in a lot of trouble?
Not really, because what I always try and make sure is if I'm telling a joke about you, I make sure that I can tell the same joke when you're there. That's always been my line of, okay, maybe I shouldn't say this joke or I shouldn't tell this joke.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, I want to make people laugh. I'm not trying to make fun of you or hurt someone or insult someone for that matter. So if I'm telling a joke about the president or the Free State Premier or Julius, I've told the same jokes in front of them.
Yeah.
You know, that's always kind of been my measure of,
Right.
if it's funny, you'll also laugh.
But there is a fine line in comedy like that. Like for me, I don't think something's funny if it's at the expense of somebody
Exactly.
else, where they actually can get hurt by it.
Especially
then
when
it's not funny to
when
me.
you start meeting the kids or the family or etc. etc. So there are other people that start suffering more actually than the actual
Exactly.
public figure or the actual subject.
Yeah.
that
Do you have any experiences where a comedian perhaps took it too far and you were there to witness the whole breakdown of a communication?
It was the concept of the show. So for instance, when you used to do the comedy festival in Cape Town, there was a room they called the Danger Zone.
Oh, I remember that. where
So
they
that
went,
would
they
have
got quite rude
so
there.
comics would get off stage and come and put their penis in
A
front
guy
of your face.
came out naked the one year.
You
I
know,
remember
or
that
someone
year,
will
yeah.
finish their show and just take off their clothes. And but that was the concept of that particular show. So
Yeah.
again, you paid to be in that space. You know, but not like in a normal comedy club.
Yeah.
Where things just everybody lost their. I think though recently I think Yolisa Qunta had a thing with someone on Twitter, but it was just a drunk person who wouldn't keep quiet. You
Yeah.
know, and he kept on saying, "Please, keep quiet."
Yeah.
The whole time. So.
Yeah,
that
Loisa
kinda
Gola loves a
happens.
tour. He's always ready.
So you've got a new Cape Town show coming up. You're starting your show in Cape Town. When is that?
So,
When can
so I've
people
been touring a
watch
show called More Jokes all over the country, literally. And you go to the Free State, I end up performing like 80% in Sotho. You know, you move to another place, the show is like 89% in English. So because now I was trying to work on an international set, I thought, what better place to rehearse my European set than...
Then Cape Town.
so I'm doing a show called I Should Have Done These Jokes First at the Rockwell,
Should Have Done These Jokes
Rockwell
First.
Theatre. So I had a trilogy in my head. When I did these jokes first, I should have done these jokes first. Then my next one-man show is going to be, these are the jokes I'm doing now.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So I'm slowly putting it together. So I'll be in Cape Town at the Rockwell Theatre Thursday, Friday, Saturday night in Greenpoint. I've done it before. I did it in December. It was awesome. It's a very nice, intimate theatre.
Yeah.
So I'm literally going to speak English, first of all, and then I welcome white people and foreigners. I haven't seen white people in a while at my shows. So what
love
better
that.
channel?
Can I just say something? I've never seen Jeannie giggle this much.
No, I'm not even
know.
concentrating on what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, Karen talking.
If you want to catch more from David Gow, make sure to catch him live at the Rockwell Guild Theatre in Greenpoint from the 30th of June till the 2nd of July. Now, today we're kicking off an exciting Revlon Colorstay campaign, which will be taking over your TV and your social media feed as some of South Africa's top beauty bloggers reveal their love and makeup secrets every week. Bonang heads up the Love Squad, who will be in the loft later in the week. We tested her love IQ while on set for the new Revlon Colorstay commercial.
The one thing you know when you are in love is that you feel it, you see it, you want to talk about it all the time, you are bouncing off of walls, you want to tell everybody around you, you feel lighter, you feel happier, your smile is wider, there's a little less pressure off your shoulders and you just feel really beautiful and happy. And the thing is about pure unconditional love is that when you are in love, you can see it through your skin, your hair, how you talk to people, just your overall general appearance. And women know when they're in love. I think with men, I can't really say because I'm not a man, but there's something that just clicks in your mind, in your heart, and in your soul.
Love is in the air. Now, Bonang and her Revlon Love Squad will be sharing their love tips and makeup tricks right here on Afternoon Express every Tuesday and Thursday. So don't miss the dish. For more of a beauty fix, follow the campaign online. #LoveSquadSA. Love is on. Now, we're going to take a quick break. And when we return, it's time for Win a Home on Afternoon Express.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Follow 3 talented young designers as they transform 3 empty apartments on Valdevie Estate into dream homes using finishes provided by Caesarstone and Plascon. Cast your vote on privateproperty.co.za and stand a chance to win one of the completed apartments worth more than 3 million rand. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time for Win a Home on Afternoon Express. Basically, we're going to make you a millionaire by giving you the chance to win one of 3 beautiful properties on the Valdevie Estate worth more than 3 million rand. It's insane. And our contestants have been on 3 challenges so far, or 2 challenges so far. And I'd really be keen to hear what your guys' input is so far and what they've done, because today is the day they get briefed on their 3rd challenge.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think of the products that they've done so far? How are you feeling about Win a Home? Would you apply to win one of these 3?
Yeah, I definitely would. I want to win all 3 of them. Like, whoever wins, I just want that house. But I feel like the contestants are really only now understanding that this is a tough competition.
Yeah.
And I feel like as much as I love the designs and there's something to appreciate from each one of their rooms, I feel like they're not pushing it far enough. I haven't seen anything particularly designed
it's been
forward
quite safe.
and innovative.
But I do have my own favourites. I've got a
Yeah.
favourite, I must be honest. But watching the show makes me want to renovate my own apartment
Exactly.
now.
Gives you a few ideas
You
of like
always want to
excitement.
renovate your apartment.
And I'm always changing something. So now I'm quite itchy feet. I just want to change stuff up now.
Take a look at Minente's guest bedroom, for instance. I mean, I think he's done some really cool things with that light, that side lamp, one of the sort of like dangling down. I never expected that. I always had one of those lamps that, stands up.
Yeah,
But the dangling
I
thing is
do
so
like
cool.
I do like it, but it kind of feels like I would knock my head on it if I got up too quickly. But then I feel like his bed's a bit too big for the space.
Yeah.
I get a feeling of it being cramped. But the colours are
But in a
amazing,
spare
and I love
bedroom,
the
you can have
four-poster.
it.
Yeah.
In a spare bedroom, your bed can be a little bit, because remember, you're not going to need space to actually live in that room. It's sleepover for the night and then pack your bag and go home.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Well,
Joanne's spare bedroom is fantastic. I really like this space.
Yeah. How cool is that chair, though? That chair is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
she-
I actually like the reverse side of this picture. Because that to me looks like a spare bedroom. They've almost made it look like a boutique hotel room.
Yeah,
so
Joanne's style's very warm and quirky for me.
And she's done the thing which I've actually chatted to her about it before. She's going for the simplistic look. Everyone else is trying to cram as much design as you can to things. She said, no, aesthetically speaking, let's keep it nice and simple, which I really like. So this is our final guest bedroom, obviously Rudolph's. He's been the winner of the previous 2 challenges so far by our judges, but he's never once been the viewer favorite yet for the competition. So I think it's just interesting to see that the designers are saying conceptually brilliant, sale brilliant, all of those elements brilliant. I think maybe it's a personality
I
thing
mean, that
needs
is
to
a
come out.
fantastic guest bedroom. In fact,
Yeah.
I'd like to copy everything that he's just done and move it into my guest bedroom.
Yeah, exactly.
But all of them
But
are.
I
They
think
really
they're
are
a high
good.
caliber of design contestants.
Absolutely.
I really do. And
Competition's
it's going to be a
tough this
stiff
year.
competition.
Definitely. Well, they've still got more challenges to go. So today they're being thrown straight back into the deep end. Let's head over to Arc Interiors to find out what their next challenge is going to be.
Well, welcome contestants to the next assignment, the main bedroom or the master bedroom. Whenever we design a bedroom, first thing you position is the bed. Where does the bed go? Okay, have you got space for the side tables? Can you maybe fit in a little couch somewhere? Would you watch TV from the bed or from the couch or from a chair? And then other practical things such as how do you dress in a bedroom, in the sense that are the cupboards part of the bedroom space? Do you, for instance, take the clothes out and lay them on the bed, or is there a little ottoman that you can use to actually dress and choose the clothes that you want to wear? We very often, we will use carpet in the bedroom because, of course, the bedroom is the one place that you do tend to kick your shoes off. Very often we'll also put a rug on the carpet or on the tiles if you choose to go with tiles, just to give it that softness again. Lighting is also incredibly important. The quickest way to ruin a romantic evening is put the wrong light on and it's like, oh my gosh, is this what you look like? No, of course not. So you have to have romantic lighting, and as well as functional lighting, because of course there are times when you've got to dress and you want to see yourself properly and brightly as opposed to dimly. But I think it's important that you can dim the lights down. We very often use candles because candles give a lovely scent, and of course that flickering light makes an evening very special.
Window treatments are very important considering privacy. What should we take into consideration?
Window treatment is very important, of course, because you need to sleep in the room. I personally don't like heavy curtains. So I tend to go to block-out blinds, roll-down blinds. But the problem with those is that you normally have the little gap running down the side. Most people do want block-out blinds or block-out pull curtains. And of course, you guys have a really tricky situation because you've got the ceiling that runs at an angle. And I don't really have a solution for that, so I'm looking forward to you guys sorting out this problem that all designers always have.
What furniture pieces would you deem important in the main bedroom?
It's really just the objet that you maybe want to decorate the spaces into something quite beautiful.
Considering the size of the space, what bed size would you recommend?
I personally prefer a big bed, so normally I go king size extra length. So it's, I think, the 1.8 by the 2 meter length. So that you need a big bedroom for, but I think a queen or a king size normally is a very good size and very comfortable size.
Sure, some very interesting advice that we got there from ARC themselves. And after yesterday's comments, I think all three of our contestants are looking to up their game. But first, let's take a look at the projected budgets for each team's design master bedroom. So this is what each contestant is planning to spend on that master bedroom. Minentle for Team L Decoration have a total projected budget of 89,500 Rand. His budget biggest expense is the built-in cupboards, which is valued at 35,000 Rand. He must hopefully be having something big up his sleeve for that one. Joanne and Team Vizi have a conservative budget, in fact, of 45,500 Rand. But will that be enough to wow our judges, especially after the comments that they gave yesterday? She'll have to be very creative if she wants to win this challenge, I think. Rudolph and Team Real Estate have a massive projected budget of 135,000 Rand. This is more than double the projected budget of Joanne, and he's aiming to spend 42,000 Rand on furniture alone. So looking forward to seeing whether all of those budgets translate into incredible, futuristic and incredible design later on right here on Winner Home on Afternoon Express. Remember that you have until this Thursday to vote for your favorite design contestant's bathroom. Don't leave it too late, and here's how you enter. Vote for your favorite design contestant's bathroom on privateproperty.co.za and stand a chance of winning Plascon paint to the value of 5,000 Rand. You also automatically get entered into the draw to win one of the 3 finished apartments valued at over 3 million Rand. Winner Home is proudly brought to you by Private Property in association with Nedbank.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
A warm welcome back to Afternoon Express. So it's a sweet kind of Tuesday on the show today as we're cooking with Chiara Turili, and we're making a pavlova on the show today with a really delicious vanilla cream that we're putting inside the middle. So it's basically just to put the final touches on our pavlova today. Right.
I want to go, ooh. Make it
Mr.
feel
Love, you say, ooh, Barracuda. Different song?
good. No, trying to be part of that one, not working. God. Okay.
Okay, let's put those final touches on. I'll do the cream.
Okay, I'm going to show you one and then you can carry on.
Okay.
Okay,
Deal?
so this is just our vanilla cream. All you have to do is you're just going to...
Very bossy.
I know, I'm sorry. It's the OCD in me. But you see, it's very easy. You just got to put it on top, not in the middle.
Sure, I see.
And then what we've done is we've just taken some beautiful gold dust, and I'll just show you how to do one here. Look how you did.
I'm so worried. Please don't mess it up, Dan. Please don't mess it up.
You're doing very well.
Don't get nervous. Don't get the shakes. Okay, am I doing okay?
Yes.
Cool.
So now all we do is you just take the gold dust, and I like to put the dust on top. That's fine. Just go with it.
I'm going with it. Don't tell anyone. Carry on. Let's just keep going.
I know. So then we just take our berries and we just put them on top. I like to gold dust anything, so...
You're Italian. Of course you like to gold dust everything.
The golder, the better. So I'm just putting these around here. Ta-da.
That looks absolutely amazing, just like that. Let's put the final few on. You guys, if you want to go and make this pavlova at home and make it for your family and friends, you're welcome to get the recipe from our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. You can also find the shopping list there for the next time you head over to the stores and want to go buy all the delicious ingredients. Chiara, I think we did something great here. Can I do this?
Go for it.
Oh, well, I didn't put enough on. No! This final... You can't see it at home, but I can see all the final touches.
Yeah, more gold.
Cool. Let's take it to the table.
Cool.
It looks so yummy. I especially like the fact that it's so simple to put together. It's
That's
basically
the thing.
just
It's
bake
super
one thing.
easy.
Wow, it's been quite an Italian party in that kitchen.
I know.
David, I feel like this is the lion's den that you were meant to be.
It looks great. I've seen smaller, but this is the biggest I've seen.
It does look incredible. That's lovely.
I'm actually quite taken by it. It's a perfect centerpiece for a table. You're brilliant.
But that's the terrible thing about this thing. You always feel too bad for eating it.
That's pretty amazing.
Are we going to try?
Now we're going to try, but now you know what you have to do, and this is what I want to learn how to do. You know, there's some people who can tie a knot
In their mouth.
of the stalk of the cherry in their mouth. I'm
wish
going
I
to
could do that.
still find out how to do it. I'll figure it out. I'll let you know
TV
when.
there. So what can people expect from your show, your 3-night show?
I'm funny.
Okay.
I'm hilarious. And I'm taking it there now. You can, if you have a
So
passport,
expectations are here.
come, bring your passport. Tell me where you're from and I'll make you laugh.
Go and check it out, but also make sure you tune into Afternoon Express tomorrow, same time, same place. Good night.
I'm
Happy
not going to
eating.
eat this thing live.
You are. Go for it. Go. Coming up tomorrow on Afternoon Express, blogger Thick Leonce joins us in the loft to chat about being confident in your body, and we tackle the issue of body shaming in South Africa.
The hottest address on TV is Winner Home on Afternoon Express. Proudly brought to you by Private Property in association with Nedbank.
Another feel-good production.